Welcome, I'm Seema from Edufinite. This episode is about English grammar quiz on gerunds and participles, and there are 20 questions based on it. The answers are provided with the explanation for your convenience. If you need to refresh your memory on the topic, then please click on the links provided in the description box. If you have any queries, you can write to me in the comment section. Let us delve into the topic. Now, gerunds or participles. State whether the ing forms are gerunds or participles. Hearing a loud bang, we all ran to the balcony. So here the word hearing, you'll have to state whether it's gerund or participle. The next one. He ruined his liver by drinking. So you have to understand whether drinking is a gerund or a participle. Running as fast as it could, the hare escaped from the jaws of death. Here it's running that you'll have to state whether it's a gerund or participle. Next, frozen food items should be carefully examined before buying. So you'll have to state whether buying is a gerund or a participle. Next, I saw a blind man and he was singing melodiously. Now, singing is a gerund or a participle. Now, you can pause the video and write it down, whatever you think, whichever is a gerund and whichever is a participle, write it according to what you think. And then I'll come up with the answers and you can check them out. But if you have any confusion, you can do one thing. You can go to my video on gerunds and participles and have a look at it, so as to understand them before attempting this if required. So, the answers now. Now over here, hearing is a participle. Why? Because it is used as an adjective modifying the pronoun we. Hearing a loud bang. This is a participle phrase. Who heard the loud bang? We. So it's modifying the pronoun we, so it's acting as an adjective, hence it is the participle. The next one. Drinking is a gerund because it's the object of preposition by. So we know gerunds, they act as nouns. Since they function as nouns, the gerunds function as nouns. So like nouns, they'll occupy either the subject, the object of preposition, or it will be the subjective complement. So these are the four positions that a gerund can occupy in a sentence. Next, running is a participle of the participle phrase that is used as an adjective which modifies the noun hare. Running as fast as it could. Who could run? It's the hare. So that's the participle phrase. So running is the participle over here. Next, buying is a gerund because it's the object of the preposition before. So as I told you, gerunds are objects of preposition. So if it's placed after a preposition, if a base verb plus ing is placed beside a preposition, that means it's a gerund. Next here, singing is a participle because why? It is used as a present continuous verb here as it precedes by an auxiliary verb was. So what do we see over here? We see that he was singing melodiously. So it's talking about the action that he is performing at the moment. He was singing. So for that reason over here, the participle is not acting as an adjective. It is functioning as a verb. The next one. Smoking is injurious to health. So smoking is a gerund or a participle. The man who was severely wounded yesterday is now fighting for his life. So over here, fighting, ing, that means fighting, whether it's a gerund or a participle. Plucking flowers is forbidden in the park. So again, whether it's a gerund or a participle, the word plucking. The girl cried, thinking that she would be punished for spilling the milk. So over here, we have two of them, thinking and spilling. So are these gerunds or participles? You'll have to decide. The next one. Mr. Desai hates spending money. So spending is a word that you'll have to decide whether it's a gerund or a participle. Now, you can take your time, write it down, think about it, and then you can pause the video till then. And now, it's the answer time. Smoking is a gerund because it's a subject of the verb is. As I told you, gerunds always occupy the position of a noun. That means over here it's acting as the subject of the sentence, so it's a gerund. Fighting is a participle because it is used as an adjective modifying the noun man. So who's fighting? The man was fighting. So since it is telling us more about the noun, the man, because the man is fighting for his life. So it is a participle since it's acting like an adjective, or it's used as an adjective. Next, plucking is a gerund because it's the subject of the verb is. If you are in a confusion, you can replace gerund by something. That will make sense because gerund occupies the position of a noun, and you can always replace a noun with a pronoun. So if you can replace that particular word with something, and if it makes sense, in that case, that's a gerund. So over here, we can say something is forbidden in the park. What is forbidden in the park? Plucking flowers. So over here, plucking is the gerund. Next, thinking is a participle used as an adverb modifying the verb cried. Okay? And cried thinking. So what is this participle trying to do? This participle is trying to tell us more about the verb cried. So she cried while she was thinking. So it's a participle. Next, the verb spilling over here is a gerund because it is the object of the preposition for. Spending is a gerund because it's the object of the verb hates. So if it's an object, we know it's a gerund. Desai, Mr. Desai hates something. So yes, that's a gerund. Spending. Well, the next one. Swimming is a good exercise. You have to say whether swimming is a gerund or a participle. Peter enjoys sculpting. Sculpting is a gerund or a participle. They are confident of winning the election. So winning is a gerund or a participle. It is freezing cold outside. So freezing is a gerund or a participle. They are fighting a losing battle. So fighting and losing, we have two ing forms over here, and you have to say whether they are gerunds or participles. Well, you can pause the video, write down the answers and check with mine. So now I'll be telling the answers. Well, swimming is a gerund as it is the subject of the verb is. Sculpting is also a gerund as it is the object of the verb enjoys. Winning is a gerund as it is the object of the preposition of. Now, freezing is a participle as it is used as a verb modifying the adjective cold. Now, fighting is a participle over here used as the present continuous verb because it is preceded by the auxiliary verb are. Because they are fighting means they are in the action of fighting. And losing battle, losing is describing the word battle. So battle is a noun. So since it's modifying the noun battle, so losing is functioning as an adjective. Hence, it is also a participle. Next, the twinkling stars at night are a treat to watch. You have to choose whether twinkling is a gerund or a participle. They spent the whole day playing golf. So playing is a gerund or a participle. Waving the pom-poms, the cheerleaders cheered for their team. So waving, whether it's a gerund or a participle. Barking dogs seldom bite. Barking, whether a gerund or a participle. Is Anne afraid of speaking the truth? Speaking, whether it's a gerund or a participle. Well, if required, you can pause the video, write down your answers, and then check with mine. Well, the answers are: twinkling is a participle as it is used as an adjective modifying the noun stars. What are twinkling stars? So it's used as an adjective over here. Playing is a gerund as it's the complement of the noun whole day. What did they do the whole day? They played. So playing is a complement of the noun whole day. Next, Well, waving the pom-poms over here is the participle phrase. So waving is telling us about the cheerleaders. What are the cheerleaders doing? They are waving. So for that reason, it's used as an adjective and modifying the cheerleaders. Next, barking dogs. So barking is a participle as it is modifying the noun dogs. It's used as an adjective over here. Now, speaking is a gerund because it's the object of preposition. So that's all for today. Thank you for being there with me. Hope you liked the content. If you like the content, do give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon for future updates. Bye. Take care. See you in the next episode.